Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. So today is Thursday. It is around 12:15 p.m. November 5th, and I am in California. I was trying to avoid all the election stuff to just have a little bit of a distraction, but I took a break from filming, went to go make my son lunch, and checked my messages, and I had all these people asking me questions to do a reading on the election, like sort of like what's going on with everything. As of right now, we're still at the place where Joe Biden has been stuck at those 264 electoral college votes while we're just waiting for those damn 6 to come through so that we can call it. Trump is obviously challenging everything, but of course the things that he's challenging, it's like that is our due process, is our rights to vote, you know, as American citizens, that we can mail in the votes and that they can be counted and still count even after, you know, the polls have closed and all of that. So it is a mess, but do we expect anything less from Mr. Trump? So for those who are new here, I forgot to do my intro. I am a Psychic Bella Love, aka Bella Basso, and I am Italian for those who asked. And you can book your own personal private reading with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com. By the time that this video goes up, I will have put up some new specials, and the code BELLA20 to get 20% off your first reading from me will be extended until, I want to say, probably the end of the month. So, yeah, make sure you check that out. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I don't want to spend forever talking about this because I feel like my life has been just like stuck on this for the last week. So let's see. So Spirit, please join us. Give us some clarity on what is going on with the election. Are we going to have Trump as president again? Is this going to get dragged out? What do we need to know? Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. We ask to gain knowledge and clarity, not for ill intent. Please bless everybody that we ask about in this reading and all who watch. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. So, I mean, I already knew that it was, if anybody's seen, I've been saying that Trump was, if he didn't feel like he was winning, that he was going to cause chaos, which is what he is doing. I mean, what do we expect? Anything less from such a narcissistic man? I'm going to try not to be biased, guys, but I am not a fan of him. Was not a fan of him when he ran the first time. Definitely these last 3.5, almost 4 years has not changed that opinion. So, we shall see. You know, sometimes we get surprised in these readings and find out somebody's actually amazing or actually do care. Doubtful that's what's gonna happen here, but we will see. And, you know, the thing is that I am probably most concerned about is that, you know, what is he gonna do out of revenge sake? If he doesn't secure this, you know, before he leaves the office, like, is he gonna sell all of our national forests and parks to Russia? Like, what are you gonna do? Because I just don't, he's so like vengeful and immature at times that that's my biggest concern, especially because he does have such a, you know, to use a metaphor, hard on for Obama and Biden and what they were able to accomplish and whatnot, and always trying to blame everything on them and tear them down. That in a sense, like, I feel like almost like if we had Bernie Sanders as the person who was our candidate running against him, not that he still wouldn't be malicious and nasty, however, I also just like feel like maybe it wouldn't have been such a, you know, quote unquote personal attack, you know, like in his sense, like he literally feels like they're personally attacking him. So I do get, you know, that happening, that's where his feelings are at with things. I'll tell you this. He comes up as the King of Swords, of course. Like, what a surprise. We have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Right now, he's in his Nine of Swords moment where it's like you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop for you to get that bad news, right? And for your world to collapse around you. And because we have this Death card as actually like our outcome, I would definitely say that, you know, there is an end coming to the way that he has been used to things going. However, you know, he is doing everything he can in this sense with trying to stop it with this Eight of Wands. And it's like, but because it shows up as an Eight of Wands and not a Ten of Wands or even a Nine of Wands, it's like I can throw a monkey wrench into things. I can give you, you know, all the delays and the chaos and everything around it. Am I going to be able to completely stop what's happening, which, you know, is him losing the election? No. Can I delay it? Can I like really stress everybody out and make a big old deal about it? Of course I can, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know what's funny is that with this Four of Cups and this Four of Pentacles, he has been made an offer behind the scenes. Like, just fucking concede, and somebody's gonna give you money if you do. Like, there is like an offer of money. It's not a whole lot. Like, I mean, it's a lot to us, but probably not to somebody like him. But there is offers being made to him behind the scenes to just drop it and like let it go like in a better way, to so to speak. He's not taking it, you know. And it's so funny because it's like with this Five of Wands, like the people that are fighting for him and on his side, it's so much like this sort of mishmash of people thrown together that it just doesn't even make sense, and it's not really gonna like accomplish much, but he's still gonna try. It's like, oh, like, you know, I mean, especially if you look at this picture too, like they're all like throwing these like, you know, wands around at each other, but is anything really connecting? Is anything really coming of it? That's sort of how it is, you know, in the sense of them trying to fight to secure this election for him and to stop other people from coming in and taking over and, you know, delay the inevitable. But it's not going to work. And it's so funny because we get the Fool card after that. And I think that this is in the literal sense of you are making yourself look foolish. Like, dude, stop it. Which makes sense. I mean, when you're freaking out there claiming, oh, I won, you know, because Wisconsin or Michigan or something called it. And it's like, dude, you can't even do that. You know, but he is so caught up in making himself look this certain way that he's not gonna, you know, just easily let go of anything because, again, it's the ego. The ego is what always gets him, right? With this Magician, he is trying very, very sneaky tactics to turn things in his favor. However, like I said, that Death card was that outcome for this. It's not gonna happen. This is what's so funny too. I feel like this is actually like Nancy Pelosi or somebody like that. There's this Queen of Swords. She's been waiting for this moment to fight his ass. Like, oh, here we go. Like, thank you very much. You gave me this opportunity to knock you on your ass again because the last time I tried it didn't work. So I'm really seeing that as being Nancy Pelosi. I keep getting, you know, with this Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, everybody is trying to slow things down, you know, with all those Wands cards and everything. It's really not going to like work very much. I mean, there's going to be delays, there's going to be stuff, but I keep getting like, there's something about we're going to know who the clear winner is with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, but we can't even declare it because of the stuff that he's doing. So it's like, we know Biden won. Like, he has all the electoral votes that he needs at this point, you know, and I feel like we will get that answer either very late tonight or early tomorrow. However, it's like, whoever's calling it, whoever's announcing it, whether it's Tucker Carlson or, you know, like some news person or whatever, it's still like, but because Trump is doing this, we still can't declare the outright winner. However, this Queen of Cups shows up as the winner with the Sun card. I feel like this is Kamala. So it's kind of funny how she shows up as the winner and not Biden. Let's see. I like Kamala though. You know, I was kind of on the fence with her. But then the more that I did look into her and the more that I've watched her and everything, I do actually, you know, I think that she is going to be a breath of fresh air. And I think that she is really going to hold things up and help us, because she comes out again as this Queen of Cups, as the victor, you know. And this is so funny with this High Priestess card. She actually has a lot of support behind her too. It's like everybody... Like, I keep getting, there's a lot of people that work with her, you know, in the Senate or whatnot, that actually really, really like her. And they were very excited to support her. She has some very close friends in there. And so they are going to, like, be jumping for the chance to back her up and to make sure that she gets in there. And it's just because they really genuinely like working with her. It's not because she made them like any crazy promises like, oh, I'm gonna get all your bills passed or this or that. It's just because they actually truly, maybe even more so than Biden, believe in her. Here's Biden as the emperor. He's winning, which I think we all know by now anyways, right? But, oh, and this is what is so funny, because there is the Hermit coming up right after Kamala and Joe, you know, showing up as, and they're doing the right thing where they're like, we have to be patient, guys. We got to go through our due process. Like, they're doing all the right things, right? With what they're saying and everything, even though, trust me, inside, they are like, hurry up, we want to win, say who won, you know, like, we just want to, like, get the ball rolling over here. But like I said, there's a Hermit card here where there is this little break while we're waiting to find out what's really going to happen, because we do have all these due processes, plus, you know, Trump trying to drag everybody to court. But there is this judgment that comes up with this Ace of Swords. He's not going to win at all. At all. It's like a lot of the things that he's even going to try to pull, where if it's like, I'm going to, you know, challenge Pennsylvania to a recount, they're like, mother effer, we are not doing that. Make us. And nobody's going to make them, you know? And so it's like, he doesn't have really anything to save him. And here him and Melania both show up as the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse. After this judgment, after this Ace of Swords, everything that they fought for, like, didn't come to fruition the way that they wanted it to. Now, this is what's crazy as well, is that with the Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands, he's just as concerned. Like, it's not only just like, oh my God, my ego, and I lost, and I thought I was the best person, and how dare you not see that in me, but also people behind the scenes that he's had very not good connections with. And not good as in there was definitely dirty dealings going on behind the scenes. They have these people with the Page of Wands and the Page of Coins. He's scared of what they're going to do to him, because it's like, you were supposed to do certain things. You never accomplished them. You better effing win and make those things happen, Nine of Swords, you're done. And it will turn into more legal problems for him. Because it's like, I mean, of course he probably has ties to some people like overseas and stuff. But what I'm talking about is these are people within this country who have a lot of money and who expected him to do certain privileged favors for them, and they never received them. So he's extremely scared of what is coming down the pipeline for him because they know a lot of stuff about him and they've been hiding a lot of his secrets. And with this 3 of Coins, 4 of Coins, and 2 of Wands, they've already threatened him and told him, this shit's gonna come out. We're gonna, you don't want your secrets to come out, dude. And here's this 5 of Cups of him being really like scared. Like, I didn't just lose the presidency, I'm about to lose everything. So I better win. That is actually like more of the motivation, that fear from those people behind him that are threatening him in the background than him actually losing. Of course, it's still a blow to his ego. Of course, he thinks, you guys, in his head too, like, this is what Spirit's saying. He really thinks that if he gets another 4 years, that he will somehow go down as like the greatest president that we ever had. Can we say delusional? But it's like, you guys only gave me enough time to get started on that path. Like, let me have enough time and I will do that. But the thing is, you guys, like Spirit said, if he gets in for another 4 years, he's just going to be like a puppet to other people and doing what, it's like, you got 4 years to accomplish what we told you to do the first time around. Do it. Do it, or you have a price to pay, and he will do it. And we will suffer because of it. So, not good. Also, Spirit keeps talking about, in the weeks leading up to the election, there was some very big name people that had been supporting him all this time that stopped. Like, literally, like a couple weeks before. It's like, we're not giving you any money for your campaigns. We're not supporting you. We're not going to tell anybody to support you. We're putting our support into whoever's going to be the candidate in 4 years instead of worrying about and backing you right now. Like, we're just going to count this as a loss, and our focus is on everybody else who's going to come after this, because in 4 years, if Biden becomes president, then in 4 years, we got to find somebody to take him out of the office, or we got to find somebody to replace you in 4 years, but we're not going to be concerned about you right now. Like, this next 4 years, you are invisible to us while we focus our attention on who's replacing whoever does win. So that threw him, it shook him, it scared him to his core. And that was where he really, really 100% was like, I'm not going to win. Because he still thought that he had it up until that point. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some of his, I have COVID, but then miraculously is okay, 3 days later. I would not rule out that had something to do with him trying to make them feel bad for him or come back around to his side or something, because the guy is a sneaky snake and a manipulator. So, let's see. Alrighty, well, 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords. I have to, grieve, basically, or focus on what I just lost to somebody else and try to pick up the pieces. How is my life going to be going forward? What am I going to do going forwards? Because obviously this did not work. Okay. Joe Biden comes up as the King of Cups with this Knight of Swords. and he's taken over, and he's ready to take over. He's got his plans in place. He's ready to rule the world, you know. He's ready to fix what he feels Trump messed up. Trump with the 7 of Cups, he's so focused on everything else except for the right things. He's so focused on everything else that's, and with that 5 of Cups too, that was going on, the threats people made towards him, the things that happened towards him, that he's not looking at like, what do I need to do to fix this whole situation? You know, like, what do I need to do to help myself? Like, what is the right thing for me to do? Because, you know, other people would completely just walk away, like, with some damn dignity. But of course, you know, he's the King of Swords. He cannot do that. So we have to have patience, you guys. But I do get, because, you know, here he is as the King of Swords, followed by this Temperance card. Oh my gosh. It's not a reading with Bella unless I drop a card. The 8 of Cups, he is walking away. You know, so there is a little bit of a delay. Obviously, either because of we don't get the inauguration until January, but also because of, you know, everything that he's pulling right now. But then here comes Joe Biden as the Emperor with this Wheel of Fortune card. Things turned in my favor. Here comes Kamala as the Queen of Pentacles in this sense, because they show up as lovers. Since this isn't a relationship reading, this is about partnership, 2 people working together. You know, their luck has changed. They've gotten what they've wanted out of this situation. And so these people are very focused. They're working together. They're trying to fix things. They're trying to build something together. You know, what is funny also is there's a lot that's going to come out to light in the next, I would say, 2 weeks, 2 months with this 2 of Wands. There is a lot of information that is going to come out from behind the scenes with this Hierophant. So there's a lot of stuff that we have not known about that is going to get exposed. I'm feeling this being much more on Trump's side. Like, he's going to try to throw things out there and make claims against, you know, Kamala and Joe and everything with the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse. But it doesn't stick. None of it works. Everybody's just looking at him like, you dumbass. Like, if you knew this about them, why didn't you say it before the election happened? Why are you bringing it up now? You lost. You just look like a sore loser. Like, knock it the F off. And with this 2 of Wands and this King of Pentacles, I actually feel like he's gonna have to, like, drop all of these, like, things that he's doing because of financial reasons. Either the government is like, we are not freaking paying for you to sue every single state in the country, you know, to try to get every single ballot recounted. That is a waste of government and taxpayers' money. Get the F out of the White House. Like, you lost fair and square. Let it go. Or people that were backing him that are just like, you know, we can F up your life. Drop it. It's going to mess up your money. Drop it. Because it keeps being drop it because money. That's what I keep hearing. The money won't be there. Let it go. So he is going to be forced to, you guys. I feel like, you know, he's just going to complain. The House of Representatives didn't do this, or the Senate didn't do that, or the federal judges should have done this, you know, like, and he's still going to be whining and crying and playing victim and acting like everybody purposely band together to screw him over, and that someday there's going to be this magical box of votes that's found on the top of a Mount Kilimanjaro, you know, that all says Donald Trump, and then he can be like, see, I knew, you know, but if people didn't vote for you, they didn't vote for you. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles, dude. Same way that Hillary lost to you, you lost to Joe Biden. You got to suck it up and accept it. You wouldn't have put up with Hillary trying to demand all these recount votes and everything, but you're doing it. I mean, honestly, truly, that's the thing that is hilarious about Trump, in my opinion, is what a total hypocrite he is, in that he will do things but have a fit if somebody else did it. And often it's stuff that somebody else already did and he gave them crap over, and then he's doing it 6 months later. But it's like, if Kamala and Joe were like, we are, you know, the tables were turned and they're like, we really think there was election fraud and we did get more votes, and how dare you? Like, he would be like, oh, they're sore losers, they can't do this, you know. But when it's him, it's justified, right? So let's just see. Spirit, please tell us who is going to be taking office after this election. And then we will ask a couple more questions and we'll go, because I'm trying to get in as many videos as I can recorded today, because I have time. I'm free until this evening. However, my phone wants to do all of the lovely things that phones like to do when a new iPhone comes out. Like, we're gonna tell you have no storage, even though you deleted a whole bunch of stuff last night. Had far less storage on your phone when you were recording all the other videos, but it wouldn't let me record until I deleted more things. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So guess I just have to break down and get the new iPhone. I hate doing that. I literally hate switching phones, guys. I end up getting a new one every year just because my phone does do something weird like that, where certain things that I really need stop working on it. But it's just like, every time I replace the phone, I'm like, can this one last for 2 years, please? I got a year out of it. I guess I should be grateful. Sad that, you know, these phones cost so much, yet they can't last for very long. Okay. Well, for those who know and have watched my other videos, you know that this deck, the Zero Marchetti Tarot of Dreams, had a little glitch in it and had 2 Three of Swords cards. I left it in the deck because I'm like, hey, you want it in there, Spirit, go ahead. It doesn't, they both don't come out very often. Usually only get one of them. But when I do get the 2, and looking at all the rest of the cards on the table, like, it makes sense. Because, again, you know, we were asking, how is the election going to go? 3 of Swords. You know, what's the result? Is he winning? 3 of Swords. He is not. You know, and the funny thing is that it's the Eight of Swords, I mean. He put himself in this predicament. It's like, you caused your own world of pain, dude, by just being a generally not great person and not doing an amazing job. I mean, obviously, because things are extremely close, that there are people who do still believe in him. Like, I'm not going to discredit that. You know, we've all encountered them. However, it's just like with this 5 of Cups, this 6 of Cups, this 9 of Wands, he caused all his own ish, you know, like, this is what happens. You got to deal with the consequences. If you're going around being a jerk to everybody, something's going to happen. You know, you're not going to get away with it forever. And in case people haven't noticed, 2020 has been the year of karma. And we will do a video coming up, maybe today if I have time, because I think it is going to take a while, on, you know, what are the spiritual lessons of 2020? What were a lot of the reasons that things were going on? Remember, 2020 was also, like, as a lot of people were calling it the last couple years, the year of balance. Well, sometimes, you know, to restore the balance, you got to expose the dirt. So, okay, let's see. Temperance, again, we have to be patient and wait for this final outcome. 7 of Wands, I mean 8 of Wands and 7 of Wands, you know, they're working on it. He's fighting them. Like, we're trying to get this ish taken care of, and you're fighting us. Like, you're making it worse. You're making it just, you know, it is like things would have been done by now. So yes, with the Five of Swords and the Hangman, he's trying to prevent, you know, this bad news from coming his way. It's just a lot of these cards that are out on the table right now are really like swords and wands, fighting, trying to get things your way, being upset, not getting what you want. But again, you know, the final outcome doesn't look good in his favor at all, because we have the Five of Swords, we have the Three of Swords. They come after this Hermit card, but once the Hermit time is up, you know, like our little stagnant period of waiting, Ace of Cups, here comes news with this Five of Swords and this Three of Swords. It's not great news for him. You know, he is gonna try one last ditch effort to fight it one more time, you guys. So even after they've called it and they've said, this is official, we truly are going to go ahead and say Biden won the presidential election, he's going to still pull something out of his hat as his last ditch effort, you know, in trying to stop this from happening. However, the Ten of Wands came up in reverse, so it's like it doesn't work at all. You know, it does not work at all. Tower card, Seven of Coins, really isn't gonna work. Really, really, really isn't gonna work. You're making it worse for yourself. And then with the Six of Wands and Ten of Cups, somebody else is the victor because this is your Tower card moment. So, you know, I have a client that I read for and her partner always comes up as the Tower card. But it makes sense because that's somebody who really does self-destruct and destroy everything around them. I feel like Donald Trump is a little bit of a human walking tower card as well as 2020 being a tower card, you know. But he definitely is going to not get his way, you guys. I mean, Biden is going to win. Biden is going to be our next president. Donald Trump is not getting away with this. If you watched my Melania reading, I kind of already like predicted that Donald Trump wasn't going to win without saying so, but I did, you know, say that once early next year comes, there's a lot more trouble coming down the pipeline for him as far as legal issues, as far as other things coming forwards, as far as, you know, it's almost like, well, you're not untouchable since you're the president anymore, so now we can truly go after you. And I honestly think that in a spiritual sense, the universe set him up to fall very hard. I think this happened to make us realize like what is important and to change our focus and to change our energy. And I think that, you know, now that he's not going to have this absolute power, he is definitely a sitting duck for more karma to come his way and for people who have been wronged by him to finally really truly get their justice. So, you know, just keep in mind, guys, that there is always a reason for everything, whether it is for our soul purpose, whether it is for the common good of everybody, whether it is to restore balance. You know, there's always a reason for everything happening, and everything that is coming Trump's way, good and bad, is stuff that has been really set in stone for him for a very long time, and he has contributed all the way to this. I mean, that was the cards that I kept getting, was this is your fault, this is your own making, you put yourself in this situation, it was all of your choices over the years. And that's really what is going to be playing out for him, because I keep hearing that the next 4 years of his life is not only gonna be miserable, turning on the TV and seeing that, you know, Biden's running the country and that you lost to him and the people that you tried so hard to keep out are controlling everything, but also he's gonna have his hands full with a lot. So I hope this helps, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, liking, comment. Please continue to do so. It really does help. And I hope that this helped to bring some clarity to things. I am going to go do a couple more readings, try to distract myself from this. You know, I checked throughout the day. Right before I sat down to record this, we were still at the 264 electoral votes. I hope that we will get an answer before Saturday, you know, before the weekend. I feel confident that we may. But again, like I said, I think that they're not going to be able to 100% call it. And they're going to have to say, okay, well, the projected winner is, but blah, 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 you know, because of everything that he's doing. So, whew, all right. Time to sage and get rid of this nasty energy. Gonna use our Aura Cleanse spray as well. I hope that everybody is blessed, happy, having a good week, that we're gonna have a better week next week. I love you all so much, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.